our project that we're working on now is going to be recovering these dining room chairs to match a different upholstery fabric for the other part of the room. So usually these are held on from underneath by a couple of screws, and your chairs may differ, but if you look into the corners on those corner braces, there's going to be some screws that go up through these corner braces and into the board that makes the seat of the chair. So they could be Phillips head, they could be square drive, they might be straight blade, whatever. You'll have to take a look inside, and it would pretty much just be removing those 4 screws, and the seat cushion will come off pretty easily. And there it is. This is the second time around for this project. The original upholstery I just recovered over the top of with this stuff. So we're gonna have to pull out the 347,000 staples that I put in the first time around to get down to the original fabric, and then maybe pull those out as well. So that's gonna be the job for the next, several minutes. Stay tuned. Right, well, the tools I'm going to try to use on this project, this one is kind of commonly known as a panel popper. It's for removing automotive upholstery panels. This one's got a tip broken off, but it's a forked tool that has a bevel edge, and it's rounded. It should be able to get underneath those staples pretty easily and hopefully lift them out. And then for the ones that are going to inevitably break, standard side cutter. This one's a little different. It's not a flush cutter where this is flat, but it doesn't have a big bevel in it. So I should be able to grab the stubs of the staples sticking out, because the last thing you want to do is leave those little stub of a staple stepping out. A little stub of a staple sticking out. Try to say that 3 times fast. Because it will inevitably shred your hand or rip your finger open faster than a razor blade. So we're going to get started on pulling these staples and see what we get after that. Here's another tip or a trick. This is a magnet out of an old hard drive, but you can have all of these staples. And I don't feel like chasing them all over the shop once they're out, or trying to vacuum them up. So I'm just gonna, as I pull these staples out, I will stick them to the magnet, and then they'll stay in one place. And you just basically try to get it underneath them, pry them out. Rinse, repeat another couple thousand times, and sooner or later you'll be done. So put a movie in your DVD player, or tune in on your favorite YouTube channel other than 40 Watt Garage, or tune into mine, and have fun pulling staples for the next few hours. This fabric isn't strong enough to be able to kind of use the fabric to pull the staples. It'll just rip and shred, so you kind of have to do it the hard way, one by one by one. So zip ahead here and pop some and then go back and pull. You could probably use a flat blade screwdriver with this, and it would work as well. The only thing with a screwdriver is the edges are pretty sharp, whereas using a tool like this, it's got a rounded tip on it, so it may not dig in as badly as a screwdriver would. But you can, whatever works. What seems to be working well here is get about a half a dozen of them pried loose, go back, grab and pull them out. Used a few staples on this one. Okay, now for the grand reveal of about 20 years ago. Ta-da! This is the old original fabric from when we purchased the chairs. And they suffered through young children trying to learn to use a fork, where most of the food didn't make it into the pie hole. It made it down onto the chair and stained them. And again, over 10 plus years of use, they got stained and they just don't match the decor, so that's why they're going to be reupholstered. On inspection, I think we're going to keep this original fabric on the cushions. The foam feels good all the way around. It's not, there aren't any soft spots where it may have degraded or gotten crispy or crumbled, and it just gives it a little easier surface to stretch new fabric over the top of. So I think we're just going to keep the original upholstery on. So I am going to go and disassemble the cushions off of the other 3 chairs, bring them out, and then it's rinse and repeat with a bunch of staples. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, one thing I did fail to mention is after I removed the cushions from the chair frames, I marked the chair frame and the cushion with a number, because we have 2 armchairs and then 2 straight back chairs, and they are machine made, but there might be slight differences on where the screws from the frame come through and attach, and trying to fiddle around and find out which one fits what. So just take a magic marker or a pencil and mark your chair bottoms and your chair frames, and it'll make reassembly all that much easier.